Arguably one of the ugliest vessels of the Imperial Navy, the Lancer-class Frigate, designed to protect the vulnerable ISDs from Starfighter attack. This frigate was a rebel's worst nightmare, but why didn't the Empire use more? Let's find out. Developed by the always loyal Kuat Drive Yard sometime after the Clone Wars, this frigate was shelved due to the Imperial Navy's focus on larger, more powerful vessels. However, this would change with the rise of the Rebellion. You see, the rebel starfighters were strong for their size and packed a heavy punch. They began exploiting weaknesses in the larger star destroyers, commonly called trench run disease. To combat this growing issue, Admiral Ilan Drez proposed using the Kuat Drive Yard's Lancer-class ships. The Imperial Navy then received the Lancer-class frigate in all its glory, hideous as it might be. It was 250 meters in length with a width of 57 meters and a height of 60 meters. What made it truly deadly to starfighters were its 20-point defense AG-2G quad laser cannons, 5-4, 5-port, 5 starboard, and 5 aft, many of these being retractable and hidden within the hull of the frigate. This large amount of point defense weapons designed to hunt pesky starfighters left the Lancer frigate with a number of flaws. It lacked capital ship grade weaponry and shielding capable of defending it from heavy laser barrage. Another issue was the speed of the Lancer being only 20 mglt, meaning most starfighters could, if pursued, outrun the frigate. But considering it was designed to screen the Imperial class star destroyers, it wouldn't need to hunt down fleeing rebels. Arguably the biggest and most costly flaw, other than its price tag of 4.8 million credits, was its crew, requiring up to 800 crew members to properly man the bridge and weapon consoles. Considering the vulnerability of the Lancer frigate in large-scale battles and numerous other weaknesses, Imperial Starfleet found the Lancer-class frigate to be too expensive in the long run, meaning it would never see full fleet deployment. A few frigates would make their way into various fleets, but the cheap and relatively effective tie line of starfighters were considered to be a better alternative to the Lancer class. But this wasn't the end of the line for the Lancer frigate. With the emergence of Grand Admiral Thrawn in 9 ABY, the remaining frigates were outfitted and put to good use against the sparsely defended New Republic. Used as a tool to commit high-value raids against New Republic worlds, the Lancer-class frigate would shred through the starfighter-based planetary defenses, leaving the system open to whatever Thrawn might require. Despite Thrawn's genius, the Imperial remnant would eventually fall and the remaining warlords would die out following the collapse. A number of Imperial Lancer-class frigates would end up in New Republic hands, where they would be used by the New Republic Defense Fleet in a planetary defense role, although many would be decommissioned. The Lancer-class frigate's key design aspects were taken by the Corellian engineers and placed into the Ranger-class gunship, which would go on to fight in the Yuzhong-Vong War alongside recommissioned Lancer frigates. Desperate times call for desperate uses of an outdated frigate. Now, personally, I'm not trying to judge this vessel based solely on its looks, and I will give it a more objective critique. It's an overpriced starfighter hunter that lacks the appropriate balance of firepower, speed, and durability that is required to make it useful. The Empire definitely struggles against the starfighters of the Rebel Alliance, but the best way to fix this issue is with powerful starfighters of your own, not entire frigates. Frigates that cost millions of credits and an excessive amount of manpower to operate. Now, when these warships are used like how Thrawn uses them, they can be effective, but that's in a very limited way. The second a capital ship shows up, or even a corvette, the Lancer frigate is done in because of its limited armament and shields. Of course, these are all my thoughts and criticisms of the Lancer-class frigate. What are your thoughts on this Imperial Starfighter hunter? Make sure to tell me in the comments below. Also, throw out some other suggestions on weird and unknown vessels found within Star Wars. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so, and check out my weekly Hangout streams. I plan to play a lot of old and newer Star Wars games depending on how I feel or what you all want to see. Definitely join the Discord for chill conversation and fun Star Wars discussion. Like I always say, have an amazing day, and may the Force be with you.